nothing changes.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Clash Royale video. This is Rami from Royale Gaming, and today's deck is going to be all about fast cycle and control deck in the same time. What I mean about fast cycle, that you can go back to your zappable like cards. What I mean by zappable is the cards that actually your opponent can zap, and then you will get more value of the next card that you have on your rotation. I'll explain that while we're doing live battles in here. Well, okay, starting hand, I've got my Spear Goblins and I've got my Goblin Barrel. So those are zappable cards. So if I drop my Spear Goblins right on the bridge right now, if my opponent actually wants to zap that, then I will have my Goblin Barrel handy. And then your opponent has to answer the Goblin Barrel as well. So technically what you're doing in here, not only that you are forcing your opponent to play a card, you like defend, you are forcing your opponent actually to go out of proportion. Like for instance, if this guy actually pushing with giant and barbarians, yeah, then he will have to actually like answer my Spear Goblins with the zap, and then he has to answer my Goblin Barrel with the barbarians. You see what I mean? Then he won't be able to actually form a push with his giant. Now in here he got the three musketeers right on my bridge, so I'm trying to actually like distract the one on the right, and until I built a little bit of elixir, then I dropped my P.E.K.K.A. actually to take the musketeer on the left. Now right now we are doing really good, so we had to zap actually the minion horde right on the left tower, so technically we got a really good value out of that zap. Now we're going again actually for another push with our Spear Goblins. Now notice in here the last balance changes inside of the game actually got the skeleton army reducted actually into 16 from 21. So that is a huge reduction actually in amount of the skeletons, but in some way that, and actually the elixir cost as well, that made the skeleton army is so overpowered. Guys, if you haven't played with the skeleton armies before, this is the time for you to play it, because this is the new meta inside of the game. So believe it or not, this is going to be the new meta inside of the game. Now in here, like when you look at the skeleton army is going to do really good work. And when you play with minor, especially when you play with minor deck, that is going to be very valuable card for you. Now he's going for a push actually on the right side, so that push is going to start. Well look, I'm going to actually drop some heavy troops in there, like my minion horde, my skeleton army, and the thing is I don't want to lose the tower, and at the same time I just want to keep the pressure on. So that's why my Goblin Barrel went into the other tower. Right now we are into only 13 seconds left inside of the game, so all what I need to do is just to like defend myself like for 4 more seconds, and then we will be golden. See, the skeleton army actually did really good work, guys, like to distract the the barbarians along with the three musketeers. So it's really good value for 3 elixir. Guys, if you haven't upgraded that yet, if you didn't play with the skeleton army before, now it's time for you to include that inside of your deck. Now starting hand, well, we've got our skeleton army, we've got our miner in there, so we drop that on the left side. He's going to zap that, of course, but two skeletons are going to live in there, and the whole push actually stopped in there with our mini P.E.K.K.A. and the ice spirit. Like he's using a hug right now, so hug is going to be easy counter actually, because the mini P.E.K.K.A. See, that's why I got the mini P.E.K.K.A. inside. So technically you will have really good control over your opponent, so you don't give your opponent the control over you. So like I said, you only need to figure out your opponent's card rotation, and then you will be golden. Look right here, because he already zapped my tower on the right, so he won't be able to zap my Spear Goblins and Goblin Barrel on the left side. So look at the tower, we got the tower all the way down to 440, and of course he's going to give us the angry face, dude. Like trust me, you are going to make hard enemies out there. I've got people actually coming over to my clan shouting at me. Like this guy came over and he goes like, "Oh, Anonymous, you are a silly person. You play uh, well, but um, well, this is part of the game, dude. Like, this is a card inside of the game. Just play it. Don't worry about anything. And yeah, it's like it's all about the win, dude. Like, look at this spear goblins. Actually, got a few hits on the left tower. We got the tower down to 38. He's going to give us the angry face again, but dude, what can you do? Nothing. So right now we've got our miner, we've got the minion horde and the skeleton army. So we'll go for a push on the right side. So we'll drop the miner on the right. He's going to use a fireball. That's a valuable fireball. So we'll give him the well played in there. Now here comes another push, guys. Now look at the skeleton army. The skeleton army is going to distract all the barbarians at the back, and then my mini P.E.K.K.A. will take her time actually taking that hog down. So that hog technically got one shot of our tower. Now the goblin barrel is going to do some work actually on the left tower, so we took down that left tower. Dude, like this guy actually playing with level 12 commons. Well, we're fairly even. Now, okay, now here goes my miner and goes the goblin barrel, but it wasn't the best timing actually because he has his goblins in there. Now goes another push. I think he's going to take this tower. Yes, he did. So good on him. Like seriously, good on him. But let's go for a push. But now, right now, we are vulnerable actually for barbarians to go right in the middle of our side of the arena. Now, if he's going to do a push, he's going to drop the barbarians right in the middle along with the hog. See that here comes that. Now where the skeleton army actually going to do some work. Well, didn't really do like lots of work, but dude, they stopped a little bit. Now we're going for another golden barrel in there because he used the zap down there, dude. Like, look, well played. You almost had me, but you didn't. And 42 cups out of him. That's why he was angry. Now goes another one. Now, okay, level 11, and it's going to be really good in here. So starting hand, I've got my minion horde, my goblin barrel, and my miner. So it's good. Guys, if you have the miner actually very good. It's not, like I said, like always with the miner, it's always different playstyle. So you don't have to actually drop your miner on the tower all the time. So sometimes, look, it's very like better to actually like use the miner to take the princess out, because the princess can be very dangerous actually for such deck. uh Her splash damage is like, man, amazing. So you don't want to get that damaged, and then you can use the spear goblins and the goblin barrel on the towers like constantly. And right now, speaking about the balance changes, dude, if you are playing with the miner, whenever your opponent actually plays that elixir collector, the elixir collector is going to be 6 elixir cost. So whatever you do, make sure you use that miner to take that elixir pump out, because the second you do, you will be golden. Trust me, you're going to have really good advantage over your opponent. So just make sure in the first 2 minutes, don't give your opponent the advantage of pumping up. Just always go for the pump with your miner, and use the spear goblins and the goblin barrel into the towers. Now right now we are ahead in damage wise, like but he's going to push with the ice golem along with the fire spirits. It's a I haven't really played with the ice golems, so I don't really know the exact gameplay out of it. Now in here I did spend a little bit, like, but you know what, don't worry about it. We will go for another push. We had did he just use zap? So the second he used zap, actually I will drop my goblin barrel in there, and that goblin barrel is going to take that tower down. So, well, actually, we got the tower down all the way to 1296, but not too bad at all. Now, look at my miner. My miner actually went to the princess. My miner didn't go actually for the tower. So it's always good to know where to play and how to play your cards, because the second you do, you will have advantage over your opponent. Now guys, another goblin barrel along with our miner actually on the tower. So the miner is going to do some work. He's going to block that with the barbarians, but let's drop our ice spirit to slow things down while our P.E.K.K.A. actually got into the whole put. Here goes skeleton army from his side, but you know what? We have really good go on this guy, so we will go for another push again with our miner and the goblin barrel. Of course he's going to zap that, but now look at the barbarians all the way at the back, so I'll just zap them a little bit. Hopefully my speed goblins will get a few shots on the tower. So we got the tower all the way down to 280. One more barrel, that should do the trick. He's going to zap that. Okay, well, he did zap that, so my skeleton army is going to take that mini P.E.K.K.A. down. I'll zap his minion horde along with our miner on that tower. We'll finish up the game. Guys, this is the deck. If you want to try it, give it a go and let me know how you guys think about it. And this is gonna wrap it up for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. You be safe and have a good one.